The News Day continues. I'm Riza Diaz, here to bring you the biggest stories we're watching now. Now, Leyte reports its first ASF case in the province and the entire Visayas region. To give us more details on this, we have Department of Agriculture Region 8 Information Officer Francisco Rosaroso on the line. Good afternoon, Mr. Rosaroso.
Good afternoon po, Ms. Riza. Thank you for having me in your program.
Sir, maraming salamat to. We have some questions. First, do we have a lead, sir, on how the ASF infected hogs got into the region?
First and foremost, I'd like to inform the public that our investigation on the field is still ongoing. But yes, yesterday we were able to issue some confirmation coming from the local chief executive, Honorable Mayor Limuel Traya, jointly concurred, or he was joined in by our regional executive director, Angel Enriquez. We issued some press statement about the presence of ASF.
Sir, as of the moment, how many hogs are affected, and meron na po ba rin tayong bilang on perhaps how many hogs were culled so far?
As of yesterday, I think the data that I gathered is that we have more than 200 at the moment.
Sir, are backyard farms affected?
Yes, most of the hogs being raised by our farmers are backyard in scale. Wala naman pong malalaking commercial establishment for hogs dito sa amin.
Sir, ano po yung assistance na naibibigay po natin, what we can offer those for those who are affected?
Well, we are very happy that during the one-on-one meeting with our regional executive director and the good mayor of Abuyog, the good mayor of Abuyog has committed to shoulder the indemnification to those hogs that were culled out from which was surrendered by our farmers.
Mr. Francisco, we'd like to know also kung ito po ba ay magkakaroon ng impact with the pork supply in Leyte, and perhaps will this also affect national supply?
Kasi ang nature po namin dito sa Leyte, we are not an exporting province in terms of hogs, no? Most of the hogs are coming in from Mindanao. I cannot. I can say that it will not affect the status of our hog supply within the province, and it will not also affect much in the national level because, as I said, we are not an exporting province.
Sir, kung presyo naman po ang pag-uusapan, the pork prices, will it further increase in Leyte or perhaps in the region? Will there be an effect?
Our investigation so far is ongoing. We have tapped our market supervisors in the different municipalities to situate if there will be rise or lowering of prices of hogs. So far, wala pa naman kasi siguro naman dahil na rin hindi pa masyadong in demand ngayon as of now because katatapos lang ng holiday natin. So medyo okay pa yung price dito, Ms. Risa.
Finally, sir, what are the measures in place to prevent the spread of ASF in the province?
Since day one, dito last January 4, we've been going around affected the ground zero, no? Yung Barangay Can Apurong and Barangay Can Marating. And according to our protocol, we need to evaluate thoroughly and collect samples. So that's what we are doing until now. Yung mga adjacent na mga communities, we are also sending our technical personnel to conduct collections of samples. So other than that, we also have a meeting with the local government units, particularly our provincial governor. Representative of the provincial governor came over yesterday, and the military officers. We are now setting up since D1 the checkpoints, the biosecurity checkpoints, and we can assure you that our military officials, the tanods, are being used or being tapped to ensure that movement of hogs will be restricted within the bounds of our geographical boundaries of Babuyog and nearby municipalities.
All right, maraming salamat. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Our quarantine officers are also involved, the provincial veterinarians, and our laboratory. We have a laboratory for rapid testing, but then all samples that we will be collecting will undergo the rapid testing, but it's not a confirmatory laboratory examination. So we need to submit it to Metro Manila, to BAI, to Bureau of Animal Industry for further confirmation.
Okay, thank you, sir, for all those information. Maraming salamat muli. That's Mr. Francisco Rosaroso from the DA Region 8. Meanwhile, around 40 people were arrested in Tondo for not wearing face masks a day before the Santo Niño feast. The Manila Police District is implementing strict health protocols in the area, particularly the Santo Niño Parish, ahead of tomorrow's big event. 500 uniformed personnel have been deployed to ensure that physical distancing will be observed. Liquor ban is also implemented in the area, and one man has already been arrested for violating the rule. Nearby roads will likewise be closed to motorists later at 2 p.m. to give way for 3 p.m. Mass. Now, the same traffic rule will be implemented tomorrow near the Santo Niño de Tondo Parish. The Foreign Affairs Department warns the public against persons or groups selling fake travel exemption letters in exchange for exorbitant fees. The agency cautions the public against these scams, which issue purported fraudulent DFA travel exemption certificates and other services to foreigners who wish to enter the Philippines. The DFA said it does not collect any travel exemption charges from foreigners permitted to enter the country. It also advised the public to be vigilant, and at the same time, the DFA appeals to the public to report anyone involved in these activities, including illegal passport falsification, to foreign nationals. Now, they may report any irregular activity to the DFA, PNP, and the NBI. The already short Bangsamoro transitions timeline has been affected by the pandemic, with just a year to go before the elections. Bangsamoro Intergovernmental Relations Body Co-Chair Mohager Iqbal said the allotted 3 years for the transition is already short to begin with. The body is thus requesting for an extension because, according to Iqbal, 17 years of negotiations cannot be dialed down to just 3 years of implementation. For now, he admits they have no plan B yet if the extension will not be granted. The Philippines and China have signed the commercial contract for the Subic-Clark Railway Project. China will fund the 940 million construction project, the highest funded project between China and the Philippines. The Subic Railway is part of the flagship projects under the Duterte administration's Build program. Now, the railway will connect Subic Bay Freeport Zone and Clark International Airport, linking to the Transportation Department's North Railway Project. USA Health Secretary Alex Azar is set to resign next week as soon as President-elect Joe Biden's ascends to office. The official refuted earlier reports that he stepped down from his post today. Azar said he will continue to work until his resignation takes effect on Thursday during the inauguration of Biden. The secretary cited the change in administration as his reason for resigning, but he also blasted the violent Capitol riot last week. Several administration officials earlier stepped down after outgoing President Donald Trump was accused of inciting the violence. Now, those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again later at 1:30 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.